स्वागत है आप सभी का शॉपिंग बंधु चैनल के एक नए और अनोखे वीडियो में। कुछ दिन पहले राइडेक्स ब्रांड ने इंडिया में राइडेक्स आर्या 1 टीवी लॉन्च की थी। इस चैनल पे वीडियो आ गया था और कई और चैनल पे भी आपने इस टीवी का वीडियो देख लिया होगा और उस टीवी पे कई सवाल उठे हैं, ब्रांड पे भी कई सवाल उठे। तो मैंने सोचा क्यों नहीं एक ऐसे बंदे को चैनल पे बुलाया जाए जो इन सभी सवालों के जवाब दे सके। तो हमने इस चैनल पे पहली बार राइडेक्स के सीईओ मिस्टर नवीन श्रीनिवास को बुलाया है। तो चलिए उनसे इन सवालों के जवाब सुनते हैं। तो स्वागत है नवीन जी आपका हमारे शॉपिंग बंधु चैनल पे और आपके लिए कई सवाल हैं, लेकिन सबसे पहले आपका कुछ इंट्रोडक्शन हमारे व्यूअर्स के लिए।
Sure, Mr. Maneet. Thank you for inviting me for this call. And I would like to introduce myself. I'm Naveen Srinivas, CEO and CTO of Ridaex India. I head technology, research, operations, sales, customer support, as well as customer acquisition here at Ridaex India. So in overall, it's like I am involved into every part of the company. So have a lot of responsibility to take care.
Okay, so नवीन जी आपसे हम इंग्लिश में सवाल पूछेंगे एंड ऑब्वियसली आई जस्ट ट्रांसलेट इट इन हिंदी फॉर द व्यूअर्स, क्योंकि ये हिंदी चैनल है तो व्यूअर्स के लिए मैं थोड़ा कुछ हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करूंगा। तो काफी सवाल आए हैं, लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस एंड आई हैव पिक्ड सम बेस्ट क्वेश्चंस जो मुझे लगता है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो यू नो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज फॉर द न्यू टीवी, द राइडेक्स आर्या 1, and this question which everyone will ask, okay, is why should I buy Ridaex Arya 1 instead of any other TV in the market? Ridaex Arya 1 TV हम क्यों लें? इतने सारे ब्रांड्स हैं, इतने सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, तो Ridaex ही मैं क्यों लूं? ये पहला सवाल है जो कई लोग पूछ रहे हैं, क्यों लें हम Ridaex Arya 1 TV?
See, I'd like to say here, unlike any other televisions here in Indian market, we are looking at the requirement of a customer here in Indian market. Let's say Ridaex is built here in India. About 64% of Ridaex components are built here in India with premium quality for all durability and stuff for every Indian situation. And technology, our people are not backward in technology, but they are too advanced in technology. They wanted to get used to the latest upcoming technologies here. After doing a lot of research, we found that Ridaex Arya 1, I mean, before naming that itself, we found that we want to develop this kind of television that could satisfy the needs of every single customer here in India. In terms of display, television is more of a display rather than we call it a gadget now. So most important is the display part. Our Indian consumers want to experience the best of the display. So that's why we have gone with the IPS panels and QLED displays. And that should be in an affordable price rather than going to something which is most expensive, which is, people cannot afford. So that's why we plan to manufacture it here in India. And, QLED is the latest technology as of now. And in the other hand, the display quality is beautiful. I hope you have also experienced and a couple of customers have also already experienced. Yeah. Apart from display, I was talking about technology. See, the content or, the applications available today are in need of more amount of resources. Let's say, there is a requirement of higher amount of RAM and very good internet connectivity. Let's say it has to support up to 5 gigahertz and, application compatibility, basically. The more number of apps RTV support, the better is going to be from any of the other existing TVs in the market today. So that's what we wanted to bring in here. To satisfy every single Indian consumer need, we wanted to bring that all together. And it's just not that, we are only looking at the product here, but service is also very important. Till now, you would have already seen there are a lot of companies which are manufacturing televisions. And in today's date, every single company is actually facing difficulties in terms of services. We wanted to try something new that could be reliable for every single consumer. Again, let's say I was in my product launch, I was talking about two automobile companies. Those two automobile companies, wherever do you go, like, wherever you go for if there is a breakdown in your vehicle, it's easy for you to get repaired, so easy. In fact, we wanted to bring that to Indian consumers rather than doing, just a normal service. Reliable service is what we wanted to bring in. That's why, in terms of technology, our TVs are way much better. In terms of display, you already know, and a lot of consumers already do know that we are par according to the major brands which are available in India. And services, again, there is one more thing that we have got a couple of opinions from different people that sound need to be improved, and we are also constantly working on improvements of sound. In terms, as we told, I mean, the world's most powerful television, we are world's most powerful television today because we don't have competition in terms of anything I told here in. So that's
Got
why
it.
one could easily prefer going with Ridaex Arya 1.
Got it. And I think, you know, you have answered my second question, which actually was how much of Ridex Arya 1 is actually made in India? And I think you said something like 64%. Yeah. So
Exactly.
what exactly, if I talk about the parts, what of those parts are made in India and what you basically, import from other places from the world?
See, there are 12 to 13 major parts in a typical television that we are developing today. Talking about the external make of the body, and I have introduced that 7,000 series aluminum body. That 7,000 aluminum sheets are actually procured here in India. Once it is procured, we have to mold them. We have to mold them to get certain shape. So that is done here in India. Second thing I was talking about, flexible ABS plastic, which has high durability in terms of even the increased temperature. That flexible ABS plastic is very durable, in fact. So these two, in terms of external parts of the television, the panels, of course, see, there is no facility here in India that could actually manufacture 100% of panels. So some
Okay.
raw materials of panels we are importing from different countries. And finally, the blending of panels is again happening it here.
Got it.
So in terms, let's say the raw materials has to be imported. We do the final manufacturing here, and then we take it to the assembly part. Apart from panel, there are other boards. I hope you know the split board architecture, where there would be a main TV board and there would be an additional, manufacturing a very small IC is very pretty. I mean, very difficult to do it here in India. We have to import the core components. Once we import the core components, then we do the PCB manufacturing here. And Ridex is involved into PCB manufacturing, but unfortunately, Ridex is not doing it. We have outsourced it to one of our vendors who is doing PCB manufacturing for us and giving us the final product. So PCBs, both the PCBs main board as well as the Android board is being manufactured. The remotes, one of the remotes is being manufactured here, and one of the remote components are again, imported in terms of CKD, complete knockdown parts, and we then assemble it here in India.
Okay.
And speakers, of course, we have, very good factories here in India to manufacture speakers. And especially there is one, very good Mumbai-based company which manufactures speakers for us. And we are still working on improvising those. And Tcon board is again, the PCB assembly of Tcon board is happening here in India itself, but core components are coming from outside.
Okay, Naveen, the third question which many people have asked, again it is regarding this same TV, the Ridex Arya 1, और यहाँ पे question है कि selling process is a bit complicated because usually, TVs are available on Amazon, Flipkart. Here the TV is on the Ridaex Arya site, and still you don't have that sell option. You have to actually book a demo. So ये selling process क्या है exactly, if you can, explain to the viewers.
Exactly. So, see, since past 2 days, we have started giving demos to a lot of customers since past 2 days in multiple facilities of ours. One of them is in JP Nagar, Bangalore. We have restricted the entire sales zone to Bangalore in the beginning, and we will be expanding it into different cities very soon, because we are already receiving so many calls from different people, means people from different cities that they wanted to buy these products and they are very much interested in these. So we would be doing it in multiple cities, and there is a recent update in our website that in the bottom of our website front page, book a demo. Someone who is interested in viewing the demo product of Ridaex Arya one can actually go there. They can input their PIN code, they can input their name, phone number, and other details, and they can book a slot for themselves. So once they book it, demo is a mandatory, thing that every single customer of ours has to follow. The main reason is we wanted to go back to a traditional form of selling rather than selling it in e-commerce sites. At Ridaex, we being a startup, we have faced a lot of issues in terms of logistics. Even today, some of the shipments which we have sent from Bangalore to Delhi last 10 days ago has not reached Delhi. So logistics is one of the major issues. If we are selling it online on any other third-party e-commerce platforms, I'm crossing my fingers just because it might not reach in the same way which we have dispatched from here to the end customer. And television is just not a personal device for one person anymore. It is a personal device for entire family. And if something goes wrong in the television, let's say we have a damage to the panel, at that point of time, an entire family would be upset. Instead, we are offering an option. The entire family can actually come to our demo center, see the television. Once they feel comfortable, yes, I am investing my hard-earned money into something that is valuable with very good and reliable services, then they can go ahead and purchase. So firstly, for the month of September, we will be selling only in Bangalore. Once we understand the challenges, new challenges which are coming here in Bangalore city, let's say related to logistics, let's say if there are any technical glitches that we have to fix, we would immediately fix and then go to other cities where we can, handle everything very smoothly. So anyways, customer will always expect his very smooth and enriched experience. And that's what we wanted to bring in here.
Got it.
So sales process is again, apart from e-commerce, we will be selling in Ridaex official website and Ridaex official stores. And as I was talking, traditional way of sales, that is again retail. We are getting into distribution mode of sales, where the customer can see the product and get it from a trusted seller rather than the brand itself. They can go to the nearest trusted seller and get it from there only. So it will be more easier and convenient for them.
Okay, so Naveen, do you have a calendar for when, for example, someone from Chandigarh or Jaipur wants, asking about the TV. So I had many, viewers from Chandigarh, from Delhi, from Jaipur asking. So what is the approximate date when the TV will reach the northern parts of India?
See, the northern parts of India, as I told in my launch program, like before the mid of 2021, we will be having our service networks in every part of India. So before our service come in there, we have to start working on it. Now, as of now, in terms of calendar point of view, we are working on, going to Mumbai, Chennai, and Hyderabad with sales from the month of October. Probably second week of October, we will be selling in these cities. And later after that, in the month of November, we will be covering some parts of middle part of India, let's say, Madhya Pradesh, like Bhopal, Indore, and thereafter in the west that we have to get into Ahmedabad and even Rajkot, where our products are getting manufactured, as well as Kolkata and some part of eastern parts of India. And they later after that, let's say by end of 2020, we would be able to reach Delhi and Chandigarh part, not before that, because we wanted to do a step-by-step expansion instead of going into all the cities at once. And again, we don't want to repeat the service issues which we had in the previous.
Okay. So, this service issue which you're talking about, this is actually my next question. And
Thank
the
you.
question is, why has the customer service of Ridex or service of Ridex spoken bad about, and what have you done to correct it? So, पहले सर्विस के बारे में क्यों लोग गंदा बोलते हैं और आपने क्या किया है इसे improve करने के लिए इस बार?
See, I will not tell that everybody have these problems with us, with our products. There are certain people who are actually having these kind of problems. Let's say, as we have introduced some parts or some new features in our products, that is the fuse power card, and the split board architecture, and even the upgraded latest stable firmware. There are a lot of steps which we have taken by analyzing the number of problems. Sure that, I mean, there are a lot of customers who have faced service issues. Service issues were faced because the product was in the need of services. So we thought, why would, I mean, we do it in such a way where the product needs services. Let's do a product that will actually need very less amount of services. Also, if there is a requirement of services, we do soft service sitting right in our office rather than visiting to customer place for very small issues. So in terms of product design and development also, we have done a lot of research, and we have introduced new concepts here to avoid service issues. We also have introduced soft service mechanism where a person can sit in my office, the employee can sit in my office and take the remote desktop connection of the customer's television unit and try to diagnose from here itself. And in terms of hardwares and all, we have done split board where only the repaired part or the part which has gone bad, that would be replaced, and the rest of the part, like the normal television, will be still working there. So we are improvising in terms of technology to overcome these. And I have also informed about hyperlocal. Hyperlocal is basically, we are starting service centers in all metro cities. With every service center will cover up to 10-kilometer radius. Let's say a customer raises a query today stating that I have a problem. I want Ridex hyperlocal technician to be on site by 6 hours, 6 hours in every working day. I'm sorry, we will not be able to do it on Sundays, because even the technicians will be needing their own time for spending time with their families. But during working hours, during working days, we have a 6-hour service level agreement with our, uh, technicians, that we have to close, not close, in fact, but we have to attend the service calls within 6 hours of raising it. Once we have that, we will decide when it will be resolving. The reason is because, let's say there is one part which is located in my Delhi warehouse, and I have to bring that particular part to Bangalore. It would typically take around 3 to 4 days, even in air sometimes. So we will give an straightforward commitment to a person by taking 1 day extra. Let's say it takes 3 days to come. We'll tell the customer that 4 days is time that we need to fix this issue, and we'll convince the customer that 4 days is our plan to resolve this. So we are actually sticking to localizing and simplifying services, as well as giving straightforward commitments to a customer and setting up right set of expectations.
Okay.
So I think we have improved a long way from our previous services. And one more thing which I would like to talk. Uh, Before we introduce all these services, we were thinking, why was this particular services issues coming up? The reasons why we had these service issues where technicians visit very late to a customer place, 3-4 days, that's a very long time, because it's an inherent nature of outsourced services. For me at Ridaex Arya 1 or any of the products are our babies. Like, we take care of them like our own babies here. But if there is a vendor who is enrolled to take care, or the third party services who are enrolled in to take care of all of our products, they would definitely not do like what we do, because it's our whole and sole responsibility to take care of it. They would not have similar kind of responsibility to handle our products, and it's like they will take their own sweet time. But with Ridex Hyperlocal, we have very, very strict guidelines. If even a technician misses our time, we'll give him one chance, and if he's not doing, we have an ad hoc technician who would be coming up again, I mean, into the same place, and he would be doing, taking care of the entire, or taking charge of the entire situation there. We have certain backup plans for services.
Okay. Okay, नवीन, so ये तो हो गई बातें राइडेक्स आर्यवन की सर्विस के बारे में, इसकी टीवी के बारे में, लेकिन एक और क्वेश्चन
Just
है
not
जो कई,
Arya.
हाँ, so एक और क्वेश्चन है
I
जो,
would like to correct.
yes, yes, yes,
I'd
बोलिए.
like to correct. This is just not with Arya One, because we have other products. Arya One is a smart television, sorry, Android smart television. But we have other non-smart televisions also, which we were selling till now, and we will be selling again, after some time in our portal and our dealer network itself.
Okay.
So we will be taking care of all of these, Arya One and any other Ridex produced products. That involves on every Ridex produced product, apart just not Arya One.
ठीक है. तो नवीन जी, अभी एक कई लोग जो खुश नहीं है, who have their grievances with the Ridex brand, because जब मैंने Ridex का वीडियो देखा था, उसके कमेंट्स देखे थे, तो कई लोग जो पहले ही Ridex की टीवीज लेके बैठे हैं, जैसे कि Ridex Nuke सीरीज टीवीज, and
Yes.
they are not happy with certain parts of the TV. For example, the customer service could be one part. They feel ki they have been cheated or something. So how do you plan to address their grievances? उनके problems कैसे solve किए जाए?
There are a couple of things that even we are ready to accept that we had some issues with some of our previous televisions. It's the, I mean, it's the truth that we had it. We have to accept that. So as by my research and my team's research, there are certain major problems which, I mean, we have listed the number of problems based on the priority. The first priority was our TVs had some connectivity issues in terms of Wi-Fi connectivity. So to resolve these problems, we tried doing some hardware changes, and they didn't seem to work. Wi-Fi problem was solved with one of our firmware update. So with the existing previous not Arya One, but Nuke series customers who are facing issues with this, we have designed and developed, we have already deployed it to our prototype devices, and we are testing them thoroughly, so that our new firmware, which is going, as an update by OTA, that would be solving all of these Wi-Fi and connectivity problems. Bluetooth, we never had problems. We had problems with intermittent connection and slow internet speed, as well as internet not connecting to the device also.
And when is this update going?
Firmware update will be able to fix that.
When is this update going?
So we are still testing that. And it would typically take about 2 months for us to release the update. But beta version of the update will be going shortly, in a couple of days, in fact. So we have about 9 days to go for beta version of updates. We will be doing updates for people who are close around to our facilities, where we can go and immediately act and resolve on those. So that update is going on. And second, Android systems, sometimes we have seen Android systems completely failing. The reason is because it's an OS crash. So now we have a mechanism where I think, the review unit which you have received, in that we had a small cable, which is a male-to-male USB connection, if I'm not wrong. So that is called a service cable for us. We are using these service cables to directly flash firmware if there is an OS breakdown anytime. So operating system issue we are solving via normal, the technician has to visit the customer place by taking his machine, and he has to flash the firmware to the new devices for them to restart. That we are taking care of. And one of the most important thing, it's not just with Ridex, but it's also happening with a lot of other brands as well, the backlight problem. Our backlights are designed in such a way since a very long time. We are using the same kind of backlights that if one light in the backlight goes down, the entire structure will go down there. It's because of they are using a series kind of connections between. So now we at Ridaex are working on a new project started about 3 months ago. That's called PD-led. It's called parallel delayed. Instead of series connections, we are working on parallel connections so that even one single, delayed backlight goes down, the rest of all should be live and it should be working. Though there would be a bit of dimness, but customer will not experience the entire TV going down. So that we are working. And apart from that, motherboard failures happens due to these electric surges and thunderstorms. Whenever there is thunderstorm and heavy rain, there are a lot of electric surges which come up. So at these point of times, not with televisions, but every electronic components go bad. So we have introduced this fuse powered cord mechanism for the same thing. That even though if there is any climatic change that we are experiencing, we have to be able to protect our devices right from the starting point where the power comes into the system. Power boards, I told you, they don't come under warranty, but once they come under, whatever we are replacing with the new power boards or new motherboards, all of the motherboards, even for Nuke series, Daisy series, any other series will be going with fuse power cards, whichever will be replaced from now onwards. So these are the major steps, some of the notable steps which myself I'm taking, as well as I have given guidelines to my company to take care of these kind of issues very seriously and resolve all of these.
Got it. Okay, तो नवीन जी यही थे सवाल, major questions, and thank you for answering this. And let's see.
If you have any more questions, I can answer you.
I had selected these questions. सवाल तो काफी थे नवीन जी, so अगर मैं सवाल पूछना चालू कर दूं तो बहुत है, लेकिन ये 5 मेजर सवाल थे जिसपे काफी लोगों ने पूछा था. And I hope if there are more viewers out here who have questions and want to ask Naveen, so you can send it to me, and we can mail it to Naveen, and Naveen can personally answer those questions. If you am I correct, Naveen? You can do that for the viewers.
I mean, to be very frank, I would like to give realistic commitments. Personally, answer all of these queries are difficult because we have a large volume of consumers. See, I would definitely take part in answering all of these questions or solving new problems. But till one extent, let's say, I can take up to 10-15 mails a day and I can go through all of those and resolve.
Yeah. So
and
Naveen,
the
do
rest
you have
would be taken up by my team. They will be
got it. Naveen, do you have a FAQ section on your website?
How exactly? I mean, I would like to know more about it. What kind of FAQ?
So for example, right, all the questions related to, let's say, Arya One TV, all the questions related to Nuke One TV, and person can, koi bhi sawal hai, he can just type in, and he can get something from there, at least to the first level, and then
for Nukes. I got your point. So for Nuke series, we already do have FAQ questions, and for Arya One series, yes, we have structured all FAQ questions, and we are bringing it live on our forum. I mean, Ridaex is also coming up with a new forum very soon. In that forum, we will be answering all of these. There would be some administrators who would be helping out users in terms of commenting back to their problems. We are going to do that. FAQ questions for Nuke series, we have Ridaex Arya One is a new one. We have answers for all basic questions, but for advanced questions, we are still looking for new questions to come up so that we can answer all of them at once. So even that has a timeline of approximately 15-20 days for us to work on this and come up with the overall FAQs for all models.
Got it. Okay.
And forum to do.
Yeah. Okay, Naveen. So I think we are short on time now. काफी लंबा इंटरव्यू हुआ, and I hope the viewers out here have got some answers to their questions, and as I said, अगर आपको और सवाल है तो लेके आइए मेरे पास, and I will just push it to Naveen and the Ridaex team, and let's see what we can get from them. Naveen, again, thank you so much for coming forward and answering all these questions. And this rarely happens with anyone, but you have come forward and that's a wonderful thing. And viewers, मैं यहाँ पे आपको बोलना चाहूँगा, मुझे सिर्फ एक बार पूछना पड़ा था Ridaex team से, and Naveen was ready to come and answer these questions, these tough questions, I would say. So thank you Naveen, and thank you viewers. फिर मिलेंगे अगले वीडियो में कुछ नए कंटेंट के साथ. जैसे कि मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, stay healthy, stay motivated. जय हिंद.